Ladies, you're here tonight on the sheen. How's everybody doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? How's everybody doing? So we got a lot of news. The biggest thing is Cash Wheeler has been arrested in Florida for road raging. Apparently, I guess he was speeding, and somebody told him to slow down, and he pulled his gun out. I don't think he shot him, but I guess that's enough to. I guess it's a threat of to kill somebody. I guess, and so he's in jail. As of right now, the biggest worry is that they're going to take his passport away, and he would not be able to be at All In and participate in the Young Bucks FTR match. That's what everybody's freaking out about now. But as of right now, nobody has told him that his passport is going to be taken away. But usually, when you do commit a crime, well, there's an investigation. Sometimes they don't let you leave the country. Sometimes they don't even let you leave the state. Let's see what happens. This happened today in the morning, so who knows what's going to happen with Cash Wheeler, man. We'll see, man. We'll see that. But that's the biggest thing everybody's freaking out about. That if they take his passport away, they're probably not going to give it back in time for the event. So, and you already, got some injuries, with Bryan Danielson, and on the women's side, Jamie Hayter. That's the last thing you need, man. That freaking FTR Young Bucks. Because that was your tag team match right there. That's gonna suck if you can't do it. At least you still would have Adam Cole MJF versus the Ashley Open. At least you would still have that. But we'll see what happens, man. Adam Page, it is confirmed once again. He was told not to be in the arena on Saturday for his backstage segment because they thought it was going to be more peaceful to try to keep the peace in the company or in backstage if he didn't show up. So it was true. They told him not to show up. Jade Cargill says she was at Dynamite backstage last week, and they're starting to talk about her return. She's been out since the start of the summer after losing her TBS championship to Chris Stylander, but they're talking about a return. Both Lana and Summer Rae were backstage at Dynamite last night. Now, the belief is Summer Rae was probably there to possibly look for a contract, where Lana was just there to accompany her husband. But even though Miro is not usually not on Dynamite, he's more of a Collision guy. It was because it was in Tennessee. So apparently Miro and Lana were there visiting some of the guys that maybe a lot of times Miro doesn't get to see as much anymore because he's more of a Collision guy, because that's apparently where they live. Charlotte Flair talked about a possible match with Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. She said, look, I know her contract, it's more of a month-to-month situation right now with New Japan. So I think it could be possible that me and her could do a match at SummerSlam in Philadelphia. We'll see what happens. Ace Steel, they said he's being kept away from the company because they don't want any more problems as well. But he is working virtually along with Tony Khan, helping him with creative ideas. And that's why CM Punk said it's only fair, and Ace Steel said it's only fair that if I can't be here, neither can Christopher Daniels, because Christopher Daniels was also part of the brawl with the Elites and CM Punk and Ace Steel. But the problem is that a lot of people are laughing because Christopher Daniels has an executive position in the company. And the fact that it was Ace Steel and CM Punk that told them, wrestlers that told them not, and they told an executive not to show up, it's kind of that should tell you how, obviously who's picking favorites. Tony Khan will do anything CM Punk would tell him. He'd rather not have, I think this guy's like relation of talent creative or some shit like that. He's an executive in the company. And because CM Punk told him to show up, he's not letting him show up. Pendejo face for Christopher Daniels, man. Let's continue to move along. They're saying they're talking about Edge. This possibly being his final match tonight versus Sheamus, and they're saying he could leave the company to go to AEW. Over the weekend, FTR did an interview, and they said, "Yeah, the Edge Christian tag team match is not as much of a dream as people think. It's a possibility." Referring to because they're good friends with Edge, they know his contract is going to expire pretty much this week after he's done wrestling Sheamus. So he could possibly show up, because if you get released, you have to sit out for 3 months, 90 days. But if you just let your contract run out, you don't have to sit for 90 days. So he could be there at All In on August 27 if he just doesn't re-sign with the company. I don't think it's gonna happen. But something to keep an eye on. John Cena, everybody kind of freaking out because he put on his Instagram, he put a picture of Gunther. Now they're thinking he's gonna win the Intercontinental Champion. But John Cena's always messing around on Instagram. You never know, man. Mustafa Ali, they said he went all black. He kind of started a new character this past week on NXT. So I think it has to do with the character. A lot of times when wrestlers get pissed off, they change their profile pictures just to all out blackout. So they don't know what the situation is. It could just be part of the character because he should be happy. He's been getting featured a lot more on NXT than he had on the main roster. So yeah, and then let's see here. Payback, they're saying that for sure the Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus match in a steel cage will happen at Payback. So let's see can't wait for that. And then final, Damian Priest, they are saying that he is going to be the first member to leave the Judgment Day. We don't know when, but as of right now, it appears that's the plan for Damian Priest to be the first member of the Judgment Day to leave. I thought it would be Finn Balor, and he would just maybe go with J.D. McDonald. But now they're saying it's going to be Damian Priest, the first person to leave what they're telling us is that he's going to cash in and become world champion, or he's going to fail at cash in. He's going to be so pissed that maybe Finn Balor, and he's going to turn on them and possibly have a feud with Finn Balor. Either one of those two. Either he's cashing in and he's going to be world champion, and maybe Finn's going to be pissed. Maybe there's going to be a feud regardless. Maybe it's just either as him as the world champion or as him failing to cash in and being pissed at Finn Balor for it and having a feud. So that could be possibly what's coming up here in the future. Damian Priest leaving Judgment Day and starting a feud with Finn Balor. But yeah, that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. That is pretty much it. Until next time, I'm finished. Finish.